have the root, and like the base is like your introduction, right? It's like the build up before the initial climax where the main set of drums comes in. So that'd be like the root of the tree. Now there's a million different branches that you can pick from, but they're all there. I can see them, you know? So I can go here and go for the first branch and then go this way or this way and this way and this way. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll be like, you know what? I think this one's a little bit better, and I'll go like that.
Yeah.
So like the song is like, it's already completed, but there's different versions of the song. And then I pick which one I like the most, essentially. Because I have a million ideas. Like that's like my biggest problem is I have so many ideas that it's hard to pick which one I want to do. It's like if you have a character, right? And you're like, I really like this character. I can see him being a love interest, or I can see him being a mentor.
Yeah.
I can see him being this and all this. And then out of those different branches, you just pick which one you think would fit or flow the best. Now, you can still rewrite it, but...
So do you take so you got a million ideas, right? So do you take, and when you do the one, are you making more than one at that time? Because you could take and you could go this route on this one, and you can go this way and do this route and go a different, and then actually have two different completed musical scores.
Or I'll take sometimes I'll like the intro so much, I'll make two different versions of it. So I'll do like a epic type film score, and then I'll do a ballad version.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I'm like, I really like this melody so much. It's so soft and delicate. I'm like, let me just add a harp and like some strings and layer some strings on it. No drums, where it just kind of like moves you. And it's like, also, it would be really cool if you switched it up and it turned into like an intense battle track, you know? So that's like...
So do you ever do the lyrics with it, or do you stick straight to the notes?
I've written a few lyrics. I'm not the best singer. My brother, my mom, my dad, they're all really great singers. But
really?
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah. But I've written a few lyrics. Nobody's heard them. Minus one. I did one. It was like an African safari, like chorale track. And I know it's random. Yeah. But I was listening to a ton of Carl Jenkins, and Balo is like African-centered storyline.
Oh, okay.
So they needed like a safari track. So I just did a bunch of like hums, like, hey, stuff like that.
So
yeah,
cool.
That actually is really cool. So how did you meet our producer, Josh?
Oh, I knew Josh. I've known Josh for like 5 years now? 4? Something like that. Yeah, we met at the gym. Just like I meet all my friends. So, yeah, we both worked. Well, I think he was working there before I started working there. I think so. But I met him at the gym. I started personal training there. He was in sales. He was always business-minded, business-savvy, and had his photography business. Josh was like, man, F this. I'm out. I'm a...
I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah, Josh was on it. He, I always had like these ideas of wanting to be independent, financially free, and had like the entrepreneurial mindset. But Josh was like taking action before I took action, and obviously it's paid off for him, know. But we always would talk. We'd always talk.
Successful.
Like, that's the reason why we got along, is because we'd have these like brief interactions in passing where we could tell we were on the same page. You know, and then Josh took off, did his own thing, and I started doing my own thing maybe like 2 years later.
That was so cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So have you guys been in touch that whole time, or was there like a point where you guys weren't talking and then you guys kind of connected again?
It was about on and off. It was never like we had a falling out or anything. We worked together.
Get
and then,
busy.
Yeah,
you get busy with life for sure. Especially if you're doing your creative thing. Josh is doing his creative thing, and anyone who knows Josh, he's doing his creative thing 24 hours a day. Literally is working maybe 23 and a half if he's lucky on the short days.
And he gets 45 minutes rest at night.
Yeah, exactly.
If that.
No, yeah. So back to the fitness thing. Did you have any like problems or like struggles with your fitness career?
What do you mean my fitness career? Like my content creation, or you mean just my journey in fitness in general?
All of the above.
The journey in fitness in general.
Yeah.
I have experienced burnout. I think a lot of people think that burnout, it doesn't exist for certain people, but it certainly does. Every single day, it's like, it's a battle, to get in the gym. Obviously, sometimes you're very motivated, but motivation is fleeting. But like I said, I like routine and discipline, and I feel like it got to a point where it was like, if I don't go to the gym, I feel off, So, yeah, COVID was obviously hard too. I don't know if I can
Oh,
say the C word.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it made it
Yeah.
hard for a lot of people.
I mean, that we did a whole episode with her almost on the whole COVID and how it affected her and her generation, her whole
It
generation.
started when I
Yeah.
was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like right at the
Dang.
end of 6th grade. That's when it started. And then I didn't get to finish my 6th grade year. 7th grade, like half of it. And then 8th grade, I finally got to go back to school, like for
Yeah.
real, like the full year. So
Dang.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
it
though.
doesn't.
It
yeah.
doesn't.
It feels like it
And
was
now I'm
maybe
a
2
10th
years ago,
grader.
and it's
Think
almost
about
like
that.
5 now.
Yeah.
I'm a 10th grader now. Think about that. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because all the gyms were closed. So did you have your did you just work out at home or?
Yeah, so at first I was real ratchet with it. I was like, I don't care, I'm gonna work out. So I started doing push-ups and sit-ups, but it wasn't enough because I was used to being in the gym. So I took big trash bags and I'd sit under the sink and fill them up with water until they were like pretty much full. So they must have been like 100 pounds. And I would just fill different levels. So I'd have like 200-pound ones, and then I'd have like maybe like a 30-pound. And I take 30 pounds and I do like overhead tricep extensions. I was doing like lateral raises. I was curling them. And then I do like flies with the 100 pounds. I lay on it like, we had like a little shoe rack where, you know, like you put your shoes on.
Yeah.
And I would just put it in the living room and I lay down like literally like it was just enough for like my butt to my shoulders and like pretty much my entire legs would be off and I'd be doing like flies.
Oh my God!
I was real
Did any of
ratchet
them
with
ever
it.
break open?
No, thank God. No, thank God.
That'd be so funny if it did, though.
Yeah, thank God it did.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that is so crazy though that you went to that extent.
Yeah.
Most
I told you
people
I had
just
to.
went.
Were you pissed? Like, were you like mad that it happened? Like that you couldn't go to the gym?
I was one of those people where I was like, COVID was low-key a blessing for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know there's a lot of like negative things that came with it, but I spent a lot of time investing in the things that I really loved. You know, I feel like that's when I really started doing content. I was shooting little videos in my parents' backyard. I was working as a caregiver at the time. I've been doing
Oh.
caregiving for 4 years, so my industry was impacted heavily because they were at
tremendously.
highest risk
Yep.
of death from COVID, and then
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
quarantined, didn't need caregivers anymore. So
Yeah.
I was getting some type of like payment, but I had all this time to just, you know, explore myself,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that's kind of like I was working out at home. I was watching a ton of anime. COVID had some fire anime.
It did though.
I'm not gonna
It did
lie.
though. Okay,
Had
that's the one
some
thing I
fire.
can say it did.
They were dropping fire because it was one of the few industries that they could work from home.
Yeah.
So they were just like all these people needed form of entertainment. Everybody was staying in. The anime was popping at the time.
I would never
It
even
was
thought
good.
about that, but I could see where that would happen.
It was
Absolutely.
good.
It was good.
It was a good time
That's
for
when I
anime.
really got into anime too,
Yeah.
though.
That's when I got my brother into it because he had just moved out, like, I kid you not, 2 weeks before COVID hit.
Really.
We
Yeah.
got back from Hawaii, and that's when COVID hit. I remember, like, we got back that day. We're like, Josh needs toilet paper, so we drove over to get toilet paper.
Well, it's so funny. So, okay, so we were over in Hawaii when COVID hit, and literally we got out of Hawaii right before they shut it down. And so
So funny.
we were supposed to have an Uber pick us up. Well, the Uber was going to be over $300, and we didn't even know if the Uber was going to.
300?
Yeah, because of COVID. So we didn't even know.
I would have walked.
Yeah, it was normally $60. We didn't know if they would even be there because of everything that was going down. So we reached out to our good,
Friend Josh. Our amazing
our
producer,
little
Josh.
son here, Josh, and we're like, "Hey, can you pick us up from the airport?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So Josh being Josh, he loaded everybody into his, the car, and we were able, to come. And it was so funny because I was gonna, just pay Josh whatever I was gonna pay the Uber guy, and Josh like, "Man, we've been looking for toilet paper everywhere." I mean, him and his dad were like everywhere, and it was so funny because before we left for Hawaii, I told my husband, I'm like, "This doesn't look good. We need to be prepared because when we get back, we're not gonna have anything. And everything's gonna be gone." So
They stocked up on toilet paper.
we stocked up on,
And we were
on
gone for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so we were,
I couldn't find
Cases.
toilet paper for like 2 weeks. yeah.
cases of it, and
was
so
tough.
we paid Josh in toilet paper and a little cash for coming to get us from the airport.
Let this be a lesson in, like, finance or economy. It's just like, what's it called? What's the term I'm looking for? Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
like, yeah.
I'm learning about that in
Or how
personal
about
finance.
fear? Fear was the bigger one, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, people had cases of it at home and were still fearful and grabbing
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Yeah, but toilet paper, toilet paper, diapers, batteries, anything that was like the emergency kits, like type emergency kit type things were selling out like crazy because nobody knew what was going to happen.
Josh told us the story. Him and his dad went to Costco when it opened, ran back as soon as it opened to get the toilet paper, and then found out at the front that they should have grabbed a little ticket to even buy one little thing of toilet paper.
To buy one?
Yeah. You had to have this little ticket, and so they missed out on the toilet paper at Costco. It's like so crazy. It's
So
like, who
bad.
needs a ticket to buy toilet paper?
They're trying to ration. That was a crazy
rationing.
time. It was a very crazy time.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
now
gonna talk
it's
about
like,
politics,
if someone
but-
coughs, you're like, whatever, like, just
I was
Well,
one of the
we're so
few people
used
that
to it.
didn't panic. I did not panic. I was just like,
go
I
without
want.
toilet paper.
You know what's funny? So I have a good supply of toilet paper. I usually have like maybe like 2 cases at home. But I baby wipe a lot, not to be TMI. But so when we ran out of toilet paper, I was just baby wiping it. I was good. I was extra clean. I was good.
And smelling fresh as a baby's
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Stay strapped with the baby wipes.
Okay, so
I tell you, that's the great thing about our podcast. You never know where it's going to take you.
oh yeah,
Or
now we're
what
on baby wipes.
Exactly.
I don't have kids though, but
Yeah.
yeah, no
Hey.
babies.
Baby wipes save the
No
day.
babies, just baby wipes.
Hey, if it saves the day, it saves the day. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like everybody should use baby wipes. Like, if you don't use baby wipes, you nasty, bro. Little nuggets in there, bro. Not wipe. Get clean.
Put that on a shirt.
Get clean.
Get that like on a shirt. Talk to me.
If you know where the
Yeah. If you don't use baby wipes, you nasty.
You're leaving
You guys-
nuggets.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
leaving nuggets.
You're leaving nuggets if you're not using baby wipes.
We really needed that on a shirt.
Oh my
please.
God.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Micah. I tell you, he's a content creator without even realizing it.
I know.
He's so creative.
Just be off the cusp.
Yeah, I
Just
tell
talking.
you, man, you're an entrepreneur. You totally are.
I try.
Okay, so okay, this is a really hard question, okay? Are you ready for this?
We get into the meat and potatoes now?
Um,
Should I be like scared?
no.
Are you like
Don't
It's
be
coming
too
from a
good.
16-year-old. It can't
Yeah.
be too bad.
favorite color? Favorite food?
Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Let's say all your bills are taken care of. Is there something you would love to do that is either inside or outside the things that you are doing already?
Ooh.
If all my bills are taken care of,
Yeah, like you can do anything.
mentor.
Mentor. In what area?
Everything.
Everything.
I feel like there's a lot of things that, like, since I'm an introvert, I spend a lot of time like introspectively thinking about life and myself and relationships and everything. And I feel like I have a lot to offer when it comes in that area. And I've been able to mentor some younger boys, you know, who like are really into the gym. And obviously the interactions are brief or here and there. I mean, frequently at the gym sometimes, or even my younger brother. But I feel like a lot of people don't really have a healthy, realistic male figure where they can come to and talk about these things, you know, where it's like emotional vulnerability or ambition or, you know, and just even fear. You know, there's a lot of things that like guys don't really get to talk about because it's like, just take it on the chin, bro, or rather like ego gets in the way and these things don't get vocalized.
Yeah.
You know, so if I had more time, I would definitely love to mentor people. But I don't have time right now. I barely have time for myself.
I think being a mentor is like one of the, like, it's a calling, right? It's a highest calling because if you can have people feel like they have a connection to you and are learning and growing from that relationship, to me, that's like the best. And obviously as a mother, I have that, you know, I have children and stuff, but I have employees that, you know, look up to me in that fashion and things like that, or have in the past. And to me, that's like the biggest high I can get from just helping people and making them realize what success is really all about. It, you know, there's some things that I think is missing from a lot of people with regards to like what work ethic really is. I grew up on a farm. I was up at 4 a.m. I was the one, you know, helping to feed the animals and, you know, yeah, I was a little lazier than, you know, my brother when it came to farm work, but, I was, because I was a girl, so I could get out of some of it. But I was still, you know, working really hard and everything. And I feel like that work ethic is really what has made me so successful in my career. And I think that there's a lot of people who need to understand what their passion is and then put that work ethic into that passion instead of just thinking that they can just go into something and just kind of just skate by. I think you're much better going into something you're passionate about, like what you've done, than to just grab a career and say, okay, I'll just work this 9-to-5 job. You're never going to get ahead working the 9-to-5 job. You can get ahead working the 9-to-5 job if it's your passion and you're working, 6 to 7 and putting everything into it and making it something and making it yours and making it grow. But you're never going to get there if it's just a 9-to-5 job to you.
I think the main deterrent for people to step into entrepreneurship is like the fact that it's not secure. There's no real. It is scary. It is scary. You never really know when your breakthrough will come through or if your breakthrough will come through. And especially as a man, there's a burden of performance where it's like you have to be financially stable. You have to be working hard. You have to have something to show. You can't just be like, unless you're in college. College is like your little a small gestation period. It's like a halfway house of adulthood where you can get away with, having social, I guess, like being high socially and low financially because that's all that's important. Once you step out into the real world, people are going to ask you, how much do you make? What's your plan? What do you do? What are you planning to do? And I feel like a lot of people are just like, I want to say I work for an office or I'm in corporate. Or they say, I do this. And it's like, okay, you don't really have to elaborate. It may not be something that brings you fulfillment, but at least it's enough to get you by socially.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people tend to look for that social validation rather than self-validation. And I chose self-validation instead of social validation. But it definitely is a scary path. And like to this day, I'm not able to live financially completely off social media. Obviously, I'm making some money and it definitely like adds a cushion.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it I got lucky. I've been doing it for a little bit over a year and I've been able to monetize it somewhat. So, but not everybody's as lucky as me. So
Right.
I get it.
No, yeah.
I get it.
Well, you obviously have, charisma about you that comes through on your content, and people are drawn to that and are getting something from that. So
I'm just goofy. I'm really just goofy. I'm a little cringe too, and I feel like people like people who just don't care.
Gotta be real.
Yeah.
That whole fake, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
People want to see the
scripted.
authentic you.
Yeah,
Even if it's a
scripted
little
don't
ugly.
work.
Yeah, be a little ugly. It's fine.
Yeah, sometimes we're
Everybody's
really
a little
ugly.
Yeah, everybody's a little
There's
ugly.
some days where we're doing these podcasts and I've already worked like 12-hour days, and it's like, and she's been in school and doing softball and all this stuff. We just come in going, okay,
Yeah.
this is what we look like, guys. Sorry, it doesn't get any better today. This is what it is.
It's real. It's
this
real.
is what it is. Sorry.
Sometimes
Real
I'm just like
talk.
really out of it and I'm like,
Sometimes we've been sick too.
Yeah.
Trying to do it. So
That's dedication, though. I respect it.
well,
I
we
respect
have,
it.
we respect you guys. We respect the people who come onto our podcast. We don't want to, get them sick. So, we've had like little colds or whatever, but we're not COVID spreaders.
I was about to say.
But we do value your time, and when you guys can make that commitment to come on to our show, we're not going to leave you out there hanging or anything like that. We're committed to you guys. So we're just so blessed and we're appreciative of everything that you share with us. Honestly,
Thank you for having me.
it's not easy. It's not easy to
no,
get
we're
out
so
here.
thankful
and
you're
kinda
here.
have-
Like, finally, I've missed you in the podcast. It's been a hot minute. I've missed it.
When was your
Yeah.
last one?
Like,
it's been a while
it's been a
because
while.
we've had a lot of stuff going on. Our schedules have been very difficult for sure.
You're like our first person since we've come back, and it's awesome. You're like such a great person to have on the podcast. I love it. We're chilling.
Sometimes I feel like, because I feel like you guys are very high energy individuals, and sometimes I'll be like, yeah. Just like vibing, I'm like, I feel like I'm not giving them enough, but I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying my
No.
best.
No, you're
You're doing
fine.
amazing.
Okay, cool.
Let her have all the energy, man. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm chill.
exactly.
I be feeling like I'm old. I'm 26 now. I'm just like, man, I ain't,
You know?
So tell
ain't
me.
got the facilities for that.
So
man.
you're single
Yeah.
and you're focused.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of woman would you be looking for? I'm sorry, I'm not hitting up on him. I'm married.
I know. It's just funny.
I'm sorry. I have people want to know.
That's tough.
Oh no.
It is a good question. What kind of woman am I looking for?
Yeah.
I really want to play like the Jeopardy music. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Danae, put that in there
Danae,
for
put this in
Maddie.
here.
I'd probably say like I'm looking for someone with like nurturing qualities. I guess I'm at the age where I'd rather like I'm not looking to recreationally date, you know, so someone who would be a good mother, someone who's supportive.
That's so cute. Aw.
Yeah, I can see that in you.
You know,
Like you don't have time to just just.
I
go
went
out.
through my recreational period.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of over it. You know, a lot of stuff feels repetitive. A lot of these relationships are redundant. They only go to a certain level of depth, you know, but I really want a partner, you know, someone who I can like talk to like openly, someone who's like supportive, someone who like is interested in the same things I'm interested in. They don't even have, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you want to date like some bodybuilder chick. I'm like, no. She does not have to be a bodybuilder. I really don't care. I'd love for her to live an active lifestyle, whether that's like biking, swimming, hiking, something, you know, the contrast can't be that different, you know, where you're just sitting on the couch eating potato chips and I'm at the gym every day.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to have something, you know, or even a passion project where she likes to paint. And I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone who'd be a good mother, someone who's supportive,
Active.
beautiful, active.
The support is so huge. I don't think a lot of people put a lot of thought into that, and that was crazy that was one of the first things that you mentioned was the nurturing and supportive, because I can tell you from in my marriage, that's the one thing that is like made us survive a lot of difficult times. He has a demanding job. I have a demanding job. I brought 3 kids into the relationship. He had 0 kids until we had Maddie. And so that support of just always understanding where that other person is and being there for them whenever they need it, and to just tell them, hey, you're doing it right. You're doing a good job. If this is making you happy, you go for it type of thing. I mean, that's huge. And I think a lot of people miss out on that. They look at the superficial, you know?
See, I'm a very hard worker, and I feel like oftentimes I don't get real rest. So I need to be with someone who can give me a place of rest.
Oh, I
You know?
love that.
That's what I was going on.
I feel like we should like put a little thing at the bottom. To date Micah.
Here's his number. Here's his Gmail.
Email. Talk to me, the podcast.
Yeah.
Gmail.
Email me your applications.
Yeah. Well, we should make a little like Google Forms or something for this.
Yeah.
Google Docs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you nurturing? Check.
Do you feel you're the supportive type?
Yeah, name a hobby. No, seriously, like I've talked to girls and I'm like, what do you like to do? I like to shop. That's not a hobby. What do you like to do? Oh, I sleep. I watch TV. Okay, that's like saying I breathe.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
I drink water.
Yeah.
So those women are looking for one thing only. They're looking for the daddy to take care of them. The sugar daddy. They're looking for the sugar daddy.
I feel like oftentimes, I don't even think it's that deep. I feel like a lot of women are just looking for attention.
Oh, you think so?
I think it's just like, first of all, I think social media has just made it very hard for people to be confident in who they are in themselves. Everybody humans are social creatures, so it's hard not to compare yourself. And I feel like the industry or just even social media has impacted women a lot more. And it's like there's these really hard beauty standards to try and hit. So in order to cope, a lot of these women will talk to a bunch of men who give them validation. They give them attention and tell them that they look beautiful, tell them that, you know, whether they believe it or not, at least it's a Band-Aid, you know?
Well, because women are horrible to each other, honestly.
Women are so mean to each other. They're so mean.
They tear them down. Like, one of my favorite things to do is go, like, sit at the mall and watch people.
People watch.
Yeah, she watches people and she's like,
are those real?
Yeah.
No way those are real.
yeah. Like, I literally got a text from her when she was in Mexico. She's like, I just saw a girl. Her boobies, they're so fake. Her butt, same size. It's not real. Whatsoever.
No way.
And she texted me about
Your boobs can be like triple D's, and your ass is a triple D on the backside. There's no way.
Yeah, BBLs.
And everything in between was like super tight.
No, yeah, and she literally texted me while I was in school, which I thought was even funnier. So I was like, Mom, I'm in English right now. What are you doing?
Talking about BBLs, that's crazy.
I was trying to take a picture of the girl so she could see what I was talking about. There's just no way. So I love.
You about to end up on Joey Swole or something? You got to be careful when you record people without consent. Like, people will be like, they'll rip you online.
Oh, I was in
They'll rip
Cancun.
you.
I could have taken a picture of a bird.
Yeah. You can play it off.
There's like monkeys there.
There were monkeys.
You can do like the head scratch. You turn your phone, scratch it.
No, the
bam, 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 bam.
raccoons was the one that
Hit the
would
side
go.
Oh
button.
yeah, the raccoons would go into like their like houses.
So
What?
we were
For free?
we had the best thing in Cancun. I was there for a company trip, and you had your own little like it was literally your own apartment. And so you had the double doors that went out to your own swimming pool, and the swimming pool came all the way around and everything. And so there was literally a sign that said, "Don't leave your door open." So so what we didn't know is that if you left your door open, the raccoons knew to come in, and they knew where the honor bar was, and they'd steal from the honor bar. And so like this one girl took and she left her door just a little bit open at night. And she woke up and she heard the crinkling of a water bottle, looked up, and it was a freaking raccoon running out. And as it was running out, because she scared it when she turned on the light, it grabbed from the honor bar and ran out.
That's
So
crazy.
then another person took, and you had like your own little courtyard with your own little like double bed out there and everything, so you could be out at the pool and everything. And you had your own gazebo and everything. Well, you had your courtyard, so you had your door to your courtyard, and then you had your door to your actual place, right? And somebody left their door open to their place because they were going to lock the courtyard, and the raccoon ran in, grabbed a thing of nuts, and ran back out. It's
You
like
got to put a sign that says, "Take one."
they literally, these raccoons were
It's like
waiting.
trick-or-treating.
You didn't even know where they were. They would just run in, grab from the honor bar, and they knew exactly where the honor bar was.
That's crazy.
And then you had the monkeys in the trees that would come
Y'all
and
been
grab
in
your
Jumanji.
stuff.
What the heck?
It was like crazy.
It was
crazy.
I just heard the stories, but it was so funny. She also got like locked out and she couldn't get back in.
You gotta ask the
seen that.
raccoons to let you
I
back
was
in.
like,
God.
yeah.
So I left the double door to the pool open because I was swimming in the pool, right? And so and it was like a few feet higher. So the pool was 6 feet, so it was like 8 to 9 feet to get back into the room. Well, I locked the door without realizing when I shut it. And so I literally had to go grab some lawn furniture, throw it in the pool, put my fat ass up, leg up there, and roll into
That's
my
crazy.
bedroom. Because I was like, oh my God, it was so
Wait, was there
bad.
no roof? Like, how'd you?
Yeah, it was just like all open.
Oh, okay.
So, the sliding doors that are just like all open.
Yeah.
So I literally had to do that. So I had to take the lawn furniture back out of the pool. But yeah. But those monkeys were crazy because you'd be out on the golf course, and if you had food or anything, it wasn't like one little monkey would come and take your food. It was like 6 or 7 of those
The
suckers.
whole squad.
So you would step back, and they would just rip through whatever they wanted.
That's
and
crazy.
Take off. And they came and freaked. Yeah.
I wonder if they had a signal.
They had. They
Like
probably
they'd mark the house with like
They
a tiny
knew.
little piece of banana, and they was like, "Tonight it's going down." as soon as they
knew.
leave, bro,
They
we
knew.
hitting it.
It was like no question.
They marked
These
your house.
animals knew exactly where to be and
That's
how to
crazy.
get whatever they wanted.
With the little banana.
Yeah. So if you see a little piece of banana in front of your house, just know you've been marked. Lock your doors.
prepared.
You've been marked.
One of my friends was swimming in the pool, and he looked up, and there was a monkey right over him, and he's like, "Hell no!" He's like, "I'm getting out."
Are the monkeys like aggressive or?
I don't know. I don't think. He
I mean,
was
when it comes to
sticking
food,
around
I think
find
so,
out.
yeah.
I don't
How big
know.
were they?
Those were like the little spider monkeys.
Oh, like the ones that like do like street performing.
Yeah.
Okay, they're
yeah.
kind of cute.
Yeah, they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
But you just don't know if they're like.
They're gonna like go bam, give me that
Yeah.
banana.
They're cute until they're hungry.
I was killed in Cancun by a spider monkey.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's-
wants that on
Yeah,
there.
that's a sad way to go out.
Yeah.
I had to respawn.
I would put that on your grid.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mom, killed by a spider monkey.
Do you guys remember that old show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
Oh my God,
No.
that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I was like middle school or like.
Yeah, that was a
something like
long
that.
time ago.
Yeah, Death
All
by
the
Spider
crazy-
Monkey would definitely be on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. It
Did you ever
would.
watch that, Josh? Yes. You did?
It was so crazy.
It's a horrible animation.
It
Yeah.
was horrible.
They had good TV shows back then. Remember the shows called Guy Code and Girl Code?
Yes.
Those were good.
know
It was
that one.
essentially like a podcast on TV. Now I think about
Oh.
it. Before podcasts got big, it was like, what's his name? Andrew Scholes or something like that? Yeah, he was on it. It was like a bunch of comedians, and they would basically talk about like real life topics, but it was more like interview style, kind of like The Office.
Yeah.
And they would just like talk about different topics, and it was just like
Oh.
I thought it was so entertaining. It was hilarious.
I know, it's like you feel like so much has been done and it's being recreated now and they're trying to make it new. But to us,
can
it's
tell-
like the
you can tell
classic is
it's-
so much better.
Yeah, always.
can
Always.
Don't even get me started on Teen Titans. They did it so dirty with Teen Titans.
Oh, Teen Titans, the original, is so good.
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, I mean, it's funny. Like, they made it funny, but it's not as
It's
good
annoying.
as the original.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It's annoying.
I
Yeah, my
like
boy
the
Robin
Waffle song,
Shiesty.
though. I play that whenever
The
my
Waffle
dog-
song?
Yeah, I play that whenever my dog walks in. I'm going to get copyrighted, so I can't sing it, but
Yeah.
go look it up. Waffles.
Who sang
Titans
it?
Go.
Who sang it? Robin?
No, it was Cyborg and Beast Boy.
Of course, of course. I think they kept the OG voice actors though, which was a nice ode to the original. But
Yeah.
I just feel like the tone of like the original was just so much more mature. Like I just felt like it was kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like you should grow with your audience. Like these are the people that watched you like when they were kids. Just do like
But what wins out? Merchandising. They make
Yeah,
a killing
ton of toys,
on that
yeah.
merchandising.
That's true.
So if they keep it young and fresh,
Yeah.
you've got a whole new generation to have to buy that crap.
I would watch like Teen Titans Go because I didn't know at the time that there was
The
like,
OG
the
Teen
OG.
Titans, yeah.
And then when I found out, I'm like, wait, there's an OG. And then I watched it. I was like, oh, I like that one way better than this one. What the
Yeah.
heck is
Yeah.
this?
Rugrats did a good job. Did you guys know they
I
released
know.
the Rugrats All Grown Up?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, so they had Rugrats. I watched as a kid, and then like maybe like when I was in middle school, going into high school, they had Rugrats All Grown Up, and it was airing on TV,
I
and they were
didn't
literally in the
see that.
same age group as me. Like was crazy. They're
I
having
didn't know that.
boyfriends and like high school drama.
Your brothers watched a ton of the Rugrats.
I never got into the
Ton.
Rugrats.
Rugrats
Yeah.
was lit. It
I
was
I like
lit.
Dora the Explorer. I was always
Dora.
Like, I was like, it's right there.
I used to get mad because I feel like the pacing was too slow on Dora. She's like, "Where's the map?" And I'm like, "It's right there." And it was like 30 seconds to figure out where the map is. I'm like, "Bruh, come on,
I was
Boots."
so excited whenever she was like, where's Boots? And he's like right behind her. I'm like, he's right there. He's right
Yeah.
there. Oh my God, I see him.
I didn't like that. I would just turn it off because I'm like, yeah, my entertainment had to be able to keep up with my brain, you know? So if I'm sitting there and I'll get disinterested. You know, if I'm like, I already found the map, already found Boots, I see the guy, I see Swiper right there. Why is it taking y'all so
Yeah,
long
like,
to see him?
yeah.
You know, so I would just turn it off.
Well,
I'm
they
like,
normally had their back to whoever it was. It was behind them.
yeah, but they just dumbed down. Her IQ was
Yeah.
like a 2.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dora.
Soy Dora. So, hola. Soy Dora. What is something you'd like to leave the audience with? Like a little advice, you know?
I feel like I want to say something like very motivational, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too cliche.
It's okay to be cliche if it's
Yeah.
the truth. That's fine.
I mean, she's cliche all the time. Like, I'm joking.
Nothing original here.
We won't.
Me too, baby.
I will say that like, so my journey through content creation has been like all over the place, and I think everybody has an idea of what success looks like, but there's no blueprint for entrepreneurship, you know. And sometimes it may take you like 30 years, sometimes it may take you a year, you know. But just keep in mind that there will always be like highs and lows for your own journey, and you learn something at each point, you know. So just remember to keep going. If there's something you want to do and you're really passionate about it, your passions will make room for you. There was a prayer I always said. It was I prayed. There were certain things I prayed for. I prayed for the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Samson, a heart like David, and the leadership qualities of David. Those are like my 4 go-tos. And then I prayed that my gifts will make room for me. And my mom used to say that all the time. She would say like, just pray over your gifts, stuff like that. So I prayed that my gifts would make room for me, whether I was in music, whether I was in fitness. You know, obviously I trained hard to build my physique, but I didn't have any control over my genetics.
Right.
You know, it was a gift. I didn't give that to myself. So look at your gifts, look at your passions, and invest in yourself. You know, your time will come. Time will come.
Wow, those are some great words. I think that's
For real.
some of the better. I think that's the best responses we've ever gotten.
I don't know. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank
We
you.
can put that on a T-shirt too.
Yeah, I put that on a T-shirt. Word for word.
Fabulous. Thank
Like
you
on
so
the back, and then
much.
put like a little thing. Micah.
My gifts made room for me.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thanks, Micah.
thank you
Thank
so
you guys so
much
much
for
for having me.
joining
You
us.
guys are
so
joining.
much fun.
Yeah.
You did it.
Double hand fire.
All right.
There it is.
So we got to do our intro.
Outro.
Well, peace out, guys.
Oh,
we
we
love
gotta do
you.
that?
Of course we got to.
It's been so long.
I know, go ahead.
Well, peace out, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please go subscribe to us and hit the notification button. Also, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Music. We love you guys.